Welcome to my channel, Relating to Bates. For years, Michaela Bates and Brandon Keilen carried a quiet longing in their hearts. A longing for a child, for the warmth of little hands, for the laughter that fills a home. Days stretched into months, months into years, and with each passing season came whispers of hope, followed by the ache of disappointment. The prayers they whispered at night often fell into silence, yet still they believed. Faith had always been their anchor, even when the world seemed to forget to answer. Michaela dreamed of holding a child in her arms, not as a distant hope, but as a promise she carried deep inside her. Brandon shared that dream, holding it alongside her, guarding it with patience and quiet devotion. Doctors' words often trembled with uncertainty, phrases like low chances or it may not happen, but Michaela refused to surrender. Each night she whispered prayers into the still darkness. If it's meant to be, I will keep believing. Her family surrounded her with love, especially her mother, Kelly Jo, who would brush Michaela's hair back and remind her gently, "Miracles don't follow clocks, sweetheart. They come when hearts are ready." Then, one ordinary morning, the world shifted. Michaela stared at the tiny white test, trembling, as two faint lines appeared. Her breath caught, the silence around her stretching, sacred and profound. When Brandon came home, words failed her. She held a test out, eyes brimming with tears, and he froze. And then a smile spread, soft, uncontainable, the kind that only comes when hope becomes reality. They fell to their knees in the quiet of their home, hands clasped, hearts overflowing with gratitude. But the miracle they held in their hands was even greater than they imagined. At their first ultrasound, the nurse's whisper broke the stillness. "Do you see that?" Two tiny flickers danced on the screen, two heartbeats. Michaela gasped, Brandon grasped her hand, and tears fell freely, different now, soft, joyful, triumphant. After years of longing, they would become parents to twins. The news spread quietly through their family, yet the joy was deafening. Kelly Jo wept openly, Gil stood speechless, and siblings gathered around Michaela, eyes shining with tears. That night, as the world slept, Michaela sat by the window, hands pressed to her heart, whispering softly, "I waited for you, and you came through." Somewhere deep within, two tiny heartbeats seemed to answer back, steady and alive. Life in the weeks that followed moved gently, filled with gratitude and quiet anticipation. Morning sunlight spilled across the kitchen floor as Michaela sat with hands resting over her growing belly, feeling the soft flutters that made her laugh with disbelief. Brandon would kneel beside her, waiting for each little kick, tears threatening every time he felt them. Family visits became celebrations, each gift and gesture a testament to the years of waiting and prayers that had led to this moment. Yet, joy came entwined with the delicate fear. Twin pregnancies carry challenges, and Michaela's body bore the weight of all she had longed for. Brandon rarely left her side, guiding her through exhaustion, gently reminding her to rest, to breathe. One rainy evening, as thunder rolled softly over the hills, Michaela pressed her head against his shoulder. "Sometimes I'm scared," she whispered. "What if something goes wrong?" Brandon held her hand, steady and reassuring. "Then we'll keep believing because that's what got us here." The third trimester arrived with its own quiet tension. Nights stretched long, mornings arrived with unease, yet each ultrasound, each heartbeat was a gentle reminder that life persists even through storms. Then, one evening, a sharp pain brought them racing to the hospital. Rain pelted the windshield as they sped through the dark streets, silence heavy with prayer. Machines beeped, nurses moved swiftly, and the doctor's calm but urgent words pierced the room. "We need to monitor the babies closely. We may have to deliver them early." Brandon held Michaela's hand, whispering prayers under his breath, while her mother offered quiet comfort and Gil stood silently praying. Hours passed, hearts trembled, and then with the dawn's first light, Cries filled the delivery room. Soft, precious, miraculous. Two tiny lives, fragile yet fierce, had arrived. The nurses swaddled them carefully, and Brandon, tears in his eyes, watched every movement in all of the lives they had waited for so long. In the days that followed, the twins grew stronger. Machines were gradually removed, first smiles blossomed like sunlight after a storm. When Michaela finally held them, tears streamed down her face, gratitude spilling into every quiet corner of her heart. "You were worth every tear," she whispered. Brandon's voice, low and trembling, added, "I can't believe this is real." Finally, they returned home. The house, once quiet with longing, now hummed with life and laughter. Michaela held one baby while the other slept, eyes glistening with wonder. "You were worth every year of waiting," she murmured. Brandon smiled, wrapping his arms around her and their children. He said, "We prayed for a miracle. We didn't know we'd be given two."